Newsrooms in the north are saturated with journalists from the south. Many stay briefly and then move on to bigger centres. But the Northern Journalism Training Institute is hoping to change that. This week kicks off a boot camp style course aiming to inspire participants to tell their own stories, the way they know they should be told in the north.
They're working with equipment and they get to work with software from the beginning, so that they have all 4 weeks to be practicing it and using it. And we're using like open source software. We're not using cost barrier equipment.
Haida and Northern journalist and project lead Kayla Jefford Moore says, along with cultivating research skills and applying reporting skills for different mediums, participants gain an understanding of media literacy.
What are your rights as a journalist? What are you allowed to shoot? What is consent? What are some of the legal jargon of like off the record, on background, things like that, as well as talking about what the people you're interviewing and what their rights are and what your rights might be as someone who's being interviewed.
The 4-week program is being held in Inuvik on Inuvialuit and Gwich'in homelands. Participant Monica Lorraine Dillon already works in content creation for Western Arctic Youth Collective and is taking the training to build skills in podcast production.
There are facts out there, but there's not a lot of truth out there. And like with journalism, it's really important to make sure there's truth to the facts. And we do have a lot of non-Indigenous people reporting on Indigenous communities, a lot who aren't trauma-informed or even know the people in the community. So it's coming from either more of an opinion or biased piece.
Around a dozen participants from the NWT will learn from guest speakers and work placements. Like Julie Beaver, whose background is in counseling and on-the-land wellness, but who has recently decided to change careers.
Bring your outdoor gear. We're going to be out and about. And I thought, yes, that's what I like. I'm more of a hands-on person. That's what most Indigenous people are. We want to get out there. We want to experience, things. We don't want to be just sitting in the classroom. And so that was great to hear.
The free training is in partnership with Journalists for Human Rights and supported by Google News Initiative. Charlotte Mort-Jacobs, APTN National News, Yellowknife.